several pieces of advice for a young lawyer starting out. First of all, I would say to them, don't delay your traineeship and starting your career in the law. I arrived at being a lawyer by quite a circuitous route. I left school when I was 16, so it was at the end of my 5th year of school, and I thought maybe I'd do a law degree, and if I did okay in it, then I'd possibly do a postgraduate in journalism. So the first university I phoned, when I said my marks, they said, okay, let's talk about your possible admission into a law degree. And then when I mentioned that I was 16, they hung up. The next university I phoned was University of Strathclyde, and I told them my age. I said I was 16, and they didn't hang up. I ended up finishing my law degree at the age of 20, which I think at the time was the youngest person to finish the law degree in Scotland. What really attracted me to Brodies was it seemed it was a firm with a lot of momentum at that point in time. Brodies had recently merged with Bishops in Glasgow to give Brodies a physical West Coast office. So it seemed like a good time to be joining. It seemed like a Scottish-focused firm and a firm that really was going places. There's been a lot of highlights in my time at Brodies. Probably the most obvious highlights are my secondments. I've worked for several high street banks. There's definite benefits to myself and my professional development, and I'd like to think there's definite benefits for the client. The variety of work that I get to undertake is huge in comparison to the work that I'd perhaps be undertaking if I was back in the office. If you work hard, you will learn plenty, and if you're fortunate, you'll work with lawyers that will be really generous with their time and will train you and give you good advice. When you're in the job, my advice for young lawyers would be to read everything and read everything again. I think attention to detail is one of the big things that lawyers can offer clients. I would also encourage young lawyers to ask lots of questions, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Sometimes there'll be a really obvious answer. You might feel a bit silly, but you'll have learned something, and you'll know next time. I think Brodies has been a really good education for me. I realise now, looking back to when I joined 6 years ago, that I really didn't know anything compared to what I know now, and it's been great.